Hi everyone, I'm Suri Serano here with Inside Dance Magazine. I've got Dancing with the Stars Pro, Tony Dovolani.
Hello.
Welcome, thanks for being here.
Glad to be here.
So we have a lot to talk about. Let's take you back all the way to your childhood, moving to the States at 15 years old?
Correct.
To Connecticut?
Actually, yeah, directly to Connecticut. My uncle had moved here about a year before I arrived in the United States, and he chose Connecticut. So when I came to the United States, the obvious place was going to my uncle's. So it was pretty interesting ride coming from Kosovo during the war and all that. So we were under political asylum, so political refugees.
And you were 15?
Isn't everybody?
Nowadays.
Yeah, I was 15 years old, and I started working in construction and washed dishes for a while and became a waiter. And while I was trying to learn how to be a cook, one of the cooks got an invitation to a Fred Astaire dance studio in Stamford, Connecticut, and he threw it away, and I saw him, so I picked it up and I said, "What is this?" And he said, "Dancing." I said, "Can you take me?" So he took me to the Fred Astaire dance studio, and I walked in and I knew that's what I wanted to do for the rest of my life.
In that moment, at 15 years old?
16 at the
16.
time.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
Wow. So
Well, I danced folk dancing since I was like 3 years old. In our culture, you dance.
okay.
You know, so when I was in Pristina, Kosovo, I used to dance in a folkloric group too.
Wow.
So I also did, like, my uncle used to produce a segment that used to be Top 40, the Albanian version. And I used to dance breakdance in the background and do all that stuff, so it was pretty cool.
And so you trained for several years and went on to become 3-time U.S. national champion and 2-time world champion.
Yeah, I was the first American to win the world title.
That's incredible.
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
Wow. Now, did you always have Hollywood aspirations?
No, actually, I always thought I would end up doing something great, and I thought, winning a world title was it, and it still is for me, because, I got to pretty much thank America for saving my life in some ways. So doing something for America was pretty cool. When the flag is raised and national anthem is being played and you're the one that caused it, it's kind of a special moment. But I don't know, my life is weird, because I dream of things, but I never really think of them like, are they going to become reality? It kind of does. Because if you just keep working hard, eventually opportunities present themselves. And if you're prepared for them, then I guess that's the definition of luck.
Were you auditioning for TV, films, anything, commercials? How did that start for you?
It started in Bedford Hills, New York, when my Fred Astaire dance studio at the time. Richard Gere walked into the doors, and I went, "Oh, hi, what are you here for?" He goes, "I got to shoot a ballroom dancing movie, and I need to be taught." And I was like, "All right." And he goes, "And I heard that you're the best in the business," because not only was I the world champion, I was also the top teacher 5 years running in the United States.
Oh, wow.
So I was like, "All right, well, come in, let me teach you." And quickly we became really good friends, and he said, "You would be the perfect guy to play Slick Willie," which was a role on, Shall We Dance. I didn't realize I had to move to Winnipeg for 3 months and teach them, and I worked with him for 9 months. I worked with Jennifer Lopez for several months while I was there, and I just loved it. And then when I left there, I went to, shortly after that, I won my first world title, and while I was in my off time, they called me from England, and they said, "There's this show called Dancing with the Stars that's coming to the United States. Would you want to be a part of it?" And I said, "How did you get my name, first of all?" Apparently they called National Dance Council of America, the Arthur Murrays and Fred Astaire's, and they all gave them my name.
Being around Dancing with the Stars are it's a small community, the ballroom community. Yeah. They keep their eyes out for
They certainly
the
do.
Yeah.
They certainly do. But I think what everybody was happy about, to get my name forward, was not so much for my accomplishment as much as it was for my teaching skills. Because I also produced a lot of students. I love teaching pro. So I would compete with my students as well. So it was in my blood. So
You're a very competitive person.
Yes,
I go on record saying that.
Yeah. Well, you have to be. I mean, you don't enter a competition not to win.
Right. True. True.
Although here in America, everybody gets a ribbon.
Nowadays, that's true. First through.
Yeah. How do you treat somebody that you're supposed to fail first to appreciate, success? But in total, what was great about it is that it actually gave me a great opportunity to grow as a person, because being good at something opened up a door in other fields like Dancing with the Stars. Actually, the first season I turned him down because I was, you know, I was still competing very heavily, and it was going to interfere with my competitive
For the
career.
season in the States, the first
Yeah,
season?
first
Okay.
season. So on the second season, I had literally defended my title, and then I got the call, and I was like, you know what, I'll do one season. You know, like, let me see what it's about.
I mean,
I had
what was
no
that
idea.
getting that call like? You knew the first season had been successful, right?
I didn't.
Really?
I knew people watched it, but I had no idea. So for me, it was kind of like, all right, I'll try. I hope I don't fail, because I was pretty self-conscious about the fact that I didn't speak English that well and so on.
Right.
So I was kind of hoping that it didn't show as much. It kind of did, though. So my first season was Stacy Keebler. I mean, talk about a dream season. I mean, it was unbelievable, because she's such an incredible dancer. And
Third place?
yeah, we got to third place. She should have won, though, but it is what it is. I think I failed her a little bit on that because I was so green. I didn't know what TV was about. I thought it was real
All the
competition.
tricks and all the things.
Yeah,
that you
because
learned.
sometimes I was teaching her some of the most difficult things technically and choreography-wise, and they weren't necessarily show pleasers, you know, like showstoppers type of thing. So it was,
Right.
I just approached it the wrong way. I should have given her more like, you know, flash and trash versus
Flash and
dancing.
trash.
Well, because I think sometimes even like we talk amongst our pros, like all of us talk about it, like we could teach our celebrities some of the most difficult things and you get no claps, not even a oh. But you'd make them shake their body or shake their booty and
Right, to the untrained eye, that's what looks.
it's like, how is that even impressive? You just shook your ass.
What is, what is, I know I'm sure you've been asked this 100 times or 1,000 times, but what's one of the best parts about being a part of the show?
I get to walk in some of the footsteps that the greats have walked in. Like Fred Astaire and Gene Kelly and Suri and Ginger Rogers and these wonderful things that they've done for our culture. They taught us ballroom dancing, they taught us how to express ourselves through music and how to bring romance to life through the dance world. So for me, to get a little taste of that, and I mean a little taste because nobody could ever compete with the magnitude of their success, it's quite an accomplishment because you get people all over the world coming up to you and saying, you inspired me to learn how to dance, you brought a smile to my face, you connected me with my daughter, you connected me with my mom. The people call each other from thousands of miles away talking about the show. So it's got an incredible effect in society. So to be a part of that, part of something positive on TV in this day and age, it's pretty special.
Could you have ever imagined that you did 16 seasons deep, which
No.
not every pro is
No,
around every season?
Cheryl and I are the veterans here. It's funny because I'm literally the veteran, but she's quite young, but we kind of grew up with the show, you know? It's 16 seasons for me. I mean,
It's quite an accomplishment. You know, not every pro is kept around every season. They come and go and...
Yeah, and I'm lucky in that sense, but I think I've always treated all my partners with respect, and I've always made it about them. And I think that's probably, if anybody were to ask me what my secret is to being on the show that long, is that I always made sure that I understood what my job was as a teacher, is to always showcase my partners.
You do that very well.
I try.
What's something that would shock or surprise people at home that happens backstage nightly at the show?
Everybody has, I feel like a lot of people have two different personalities. There's on camera and off camera. I'm the same, I'm the same person, on camera, off camera. I am who I am, and I don't need to try to fool anybody.
Right.
But a lot of people have on camera attitude and then off camera. Like they'll be all smiles and come and hug you, and you're going looking at them going, "Why are you hugging me right now?"
Celebs and pros, or
I'll leave that
up to their interpretation.
Yeah.
Okay.
But there's a lot of them I've been with in a lot of seasons, so
Sure.
read into that. The point is, I'd rather people show their true selves. I mean, I understand that it's like you have on camera and all that, but if don't be nice to me on camera and then off camera walk right by me without saying hello.
That's showbiz, right?
Yes, not for me though.
No. What's the most difficult thing about every season?
That as well. Actually, that's probably the most difficult thing because you don't know who's real and who's not. I come from a very humble background, and as you said, I've been on the show for 16 seasons and all that. When I come home, I have my place in our family. Like My place is right underneath all my uncles. I'm the oldest nephew as the boys go, so I'm right there.
All right, well, we're gonna play a little Dancing with the Stars partner game.
Okay.
You ready for this?
Yeah.
So you're 1 to 2 words immediately after I say their name.
Okay, go for it.
Ready? Stacy Keebler.
Ridiculous talent.
Sarah Evans.
Oh, sweetheart.
Lisa Gibbons.
You know, very interesting. Like a lot of history with her. It's like I couldn't wait to talk to her again just to get some more stories out of her because she knew a lot of like the greats. She dated Sylvester Stallone, so for me it was like, hey.
I did not know that.
I hope I didn't just out her on that.
We can cut it out. Jane Seymour.
Oh, I mean, Somewhere in Time. That's one of my favorite movies. So I was in awe of her from the start.
That's more than 1 or 2 words, but that's okay. Marissa Winokur.
I laughed the entire season.
Really?
Funniest people. I mean,
Funny. Susan Lucci.
class act. When you think of glamour, I think of her.
Melissa Ricca.
Yeah, Melissa's my all-star champion. I mean, there's no words that could describe my gratitude and my excitement that I got to experience with her.
Kathy Ireland.
Probably the most gracious, most giving person in the world.
Kate Gosselin.
Misunderstood. Great mom. Completely misunderstood. I feel like she has an on-TV persona, and then if you get to know her, she's quite nice.
Audrina Patridge.
Sweetheart. Very talented. I hope she realizes her dream.
Aw,
Yeah.
that's sweet of you. Wendy Williams.
Hilarious.
Really?
Oh my God, she's funny. She's a crazy chick. I love her.
China Phillips.
China Phillips. Interesting. Talk about a lot of stories. Ooh, she has a lot of stories. Very interesting. Yeah, Wilson Phillips and also her parents.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I could sit around with her for a while. Martina Navratilova.
Oh, legend. I mean, what could you, I mean, actually as hardcore as she looks, probably one of the sweetest hearts you could ever come across.
Winona Judd.
Legend again, you know, country western legend, and a lot of history with her and her mom, and she knew a lot of the greats. And one of the things about her actually is when you meet Winona, you don't just meet Winona, you become family with them.
Aw.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Leah Remini.
Well, you know, the best way to describe Leah is the sister that you always imagine to have. She's like, she's your mom, she's your sister, she's your coach, I mean, she's probably one of the most well-rounded, interesting, loving, giving, taking care of you, in every aspect of the word taking care of you. I mean, the sentence. To me, it's like, there's not enough words that describe Leah.
Aw.
I mean, and one of the funniest people you could ever meet.
She's hilarious.
She's funny. But that's her, though. That's what she does all day long. She tries to make me laugh.
Really?
And even when we try to get serious, of course, I try to do the same thing to her, except my jokes don't go very well. Well, I'm not a comedian.
You're pretty funny, though.
But looks is not everything. So the idea is that it's, you know, she tries to get a laugh, but she doesn't try that hard. I don't think she does.
No, it's
She's
natural.
constantly like zinging, and it's awesome.
For those dancers watching at home, what is your studio focused on? What is it about? What separates it and differentiates it from other ballroom studios?
We don't categorize everybody in the same, like, you know, we try to individualize every single program. So you don't come in and we go, all right, now these are the steps you're going to learn for every single person. And just say like, oh, this is individualized. It's not. You have to make sure that it is. You know, if you're coming in for a wedding, we're going to teach you for that wedding. If you're coming in and you want to learn a routine like Dancing with Stars, that's exactly what you're going to get.
Oh,
So you're going to come in and ask for something and we're going to deliver. That's really what it comes down to. So it's not so much that we sit there and we try to say, oh, we're better than everybody else. We know we are, but we're not. That's not our slogan. Our slogan is really, what you need, we got, and we will give it to you. It's not the point that you come in, okay, yeah, we're going to teach you that, but first you're going to learn this. No, we don't do that. That's like bait and switch. For me, it's like, you want to learn how to dance like on Dancing with Stars? Come on in, we'll teach you that way.
Awesome. Do you still teach?
Yeah, I still coach in
You
all
do?
my studios, yeah.
Really? Well, there you have it. You can go be coached by this guy. That's pretty cool.
Well, I don't know if it's cool, but...
I think so. I'm in.
Well, I love teaching. teaching. I'm a teacher at heart, so just because you may have some attention from Dancing with the Stars, that shouldn't change who you are.
I can say on camera that you are a great teacher, because one time where we met years ago on a job together.
That's right.
It was a
Malibu
ballroom.
Pilates,
No, that's right. And I'm not a ballroom dancer. And I remember you could see like the fear in my face. You just took me and like you didn't even let me feel bad about myself at all, and you guided me through it. It was
Well,
you
you're
were
very
great.
talented, so why wouldn't I?
Aw, that's sweet. You heard that from this guy. So I know that you're an avid golfer. How did you get started with golf?
When I retired from competing in 2008, I was home, and I guess I must have been driving my wife nuts, because she was like, all right, you need to pick up a sport because you're home way too often now. So I was watching Tiger win his 2008 PGA championship, and she said, why don't you pick up golf? So I decided to go and I literally went to some sort of sports shop and bought clubs. They had never played, they just went and bought clubs and went to the driving range and started hacking away. And I said, you know, like in dancing, you have to take lessons. So I started taking lessons, and I have an incredible coach, Pat Dempsey, that teaches me, and now I'm down to a 4 handicap.
Pro aspirations?
Pro, that's really a high bar, but yeah, of course. I mean, I'm a competitive person. I want to learn so much that I want to be compared to pros.
Sure. I know you do. Okay, so
Nice.
well, you're pretty good. I know that you've beaten a lot of people.
I've beaten a lot of people, but you know, to me, it's like I think the game of golf is not a game you conquer; it's a game you play. And same thing as dancing. Dancing is not something you accomplish. Dancing is something you experience.
True. So true. So you and I both know that having a dance career in Hollywood is extraordinarily challenging, especially a successful one at that.
Correct. And at 40.
Hey, I'm not far off. But yes, you've had a very successful dance career thus far and continuing. What words of advice would you have for the young dancers at home watching this, wanting to embark on that kind of journey?
Don't let haters keep you down. Use that as fuel. Because there's plenty of people that tell you that you're not talented, or you're not good for it, or you're not cut out for this, or whatever. I believe those type of opinions should never be spoken, or if they are, just brush them off your shoulder, because it shouldn't test your heart, and it shouldn't test your determination. And if those type of words test your heart and your determination, maybe you're not cut out for it.
True, it is a difficult environment.
Correct, because, you know, and you don't know, because a lot of the people in Hollywood and everywhere else are jaded, because they've heard 1,000 no's, so then they walk around life, you know, being jaded and just, you know, throwing comments at you without really putting much thought behind it. Just trust in your dream, trust in your talent, trust in your hunger, because there's a saying in ballroom dancing that is a very true statement. The most talented people in the world normally watch the final because they don't know what it takes to be a competitor. They don't know what it takes to work hard. So all these people that you see on Dancing with the Stars, and So You Think You Could Dance, and all the different dance shows are probably people that didn't think they were talented, and they worked that much harder than everybody else in order to get there.
Yeah, well said. I was one of those people. Not a lot of talent, but had to work really hard.
See,
A little bit.
once you arrive, you kind of go, oh, you're very talented. No, I wasn't. Yeah, you were. You're just saying that.
No, yeah.
No, but that's what people say.
Right. And my thing is to grow a little thick skin. You're gonna need some thick skin in this town.
No, use dance as escape.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Regardless, you don't have to put up with negativity. Tell them to buzz off, or whatever you want to call it. Read into the buzz part. I think you don't have to. Just use dance as escape. If more people piss you off, the more time you should spend in the studio. And if you got haters, get some more. Because if you're being hated on, that means you're succeeding, I guess.
You always get
That's what I was told.
Always words of wisdom from Tony. Well, thank you.
That's what an old guy does.
You're not old. Oh my God. Well, we certainly appreciate you sitting down and talking with us today.
I appreciate it. What an incredible interview. Thank you so much.
Aw, thank you. We need to do a dance-off now, I think.
Oh, no. Your win is too late.
Hi, I'm Suri Serano, here with
Tony Dovolani.
Thank you for watching Inside Dance Magazine.